Day one of training camp, Coach Woodson announces that you're going to be the starting point guard. What did that mean to you that he came right out and established that?
Just the fact that he has that much confidence in me as a player, as a leader, you know, to be the starting point guard. You know, you got a guy like Jason Kidd who has, I mean, a long list of, you know, things that he's done in this league, and he's been in my ear every day. You know, he's like my, you know, he was already a role model of mine when I was in high school. You know, he was one of the point guards that I loved to watch. But then to have him actually there with me every day, just in my ear, telling me things, helping me out, I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it.
How do you plan on distributing the ball between Carmelo and Amari?
Figure it out. You know, those guys got to have touches. Those guys need the ball. And just one of those things I got to figure it out. You know, that's why I got this whole training camp. I got preseason games. I got practices, you know, to figure that out. But, you know, those guys have been great. You know, they understand that everybody got to make sacrifices as well as they do, you know, but at the same time, we still need them to score. We still need both of them to be aggressive, you know, and that's my job, to make sure I balance things out and make sure they get the ball and we still get everybody else involved as well.
Now it comes over and Stoudemire, the finish. Felton worked that beautifully, was very patient.
Why were you and Amari Stoudemire so effective on the pick and roll?
We just clicked. You know, I played with Mari, you know, in a lot of like all-star, you know, games back in high school. We was away from each other for a lot of years, but it was just one of those things like riding a bicycle. You know, once we got back with each other, you know, we just kind of just clicked right away. You know, it took a little bit, you know, but it kind of clicked right away with me and him.
There's still some fans that might kind of look at you as the guy that replaced Jeremy Lin.
Lin puts it up. Bang! Jeremy Lin from downtown.
How are you going to handle that?
Jeremy had a great run, you know. I mean, it was crazy. He was the biggest buzz second half of the season in the NBA, you know. So it is what it is. You gotta just take it, you know, and deal with it. That's how it is in the game of basketball. That's how it is in politics. Period.
Felton puts it up. And it goes in. What a shot from Felton.
What did you do this offseason to get yourself in good shape?
Oh man, I worked out 2 times a day, sometimes 3. Just went at it hard. Actually got in the weight room, something that I never did my whole career. I did everything I needed to do and make sure that, you know, that would never be said again. Just because I had one year that was a lockout summer, you know, and I came in out of shape, that, you know, I feel like they forgot what I did all those 6 years before that. You know, and it kind of had me upset for a little bit over the summer, and that's part of the reason why I went on that tear of, you know, that big chip on my shoulder and working hard this summer. You know, but, you know, it's okay. I like that. I like for people to forget, and I definitely looking forward to reminding them.
And back live on the practice court here in Greenberg in our live MSG training camp special. He'll wear the 2, but he'll be the 1. Clyde, what do you think of this player who has the ability that he has shown, but is saying the things that he is saying?
Everything starts in the head, Al. So he seemed to have his head right. I mentioned off the court, being married. This brings on a responsibility. So now the adversity that he faced the last 2 seasons, he's looking to put that all behind him. Happy to be back in New York. He talked about the camaraderie that he and Amari had on the court. So I'm sure that he's hoping that they can develop that again with the pick and roll, getting Amari more involved. So again, I like the acquisition of Kidd and Felton to orchestrate the Knicks in the backcourt.
Clyde, could you even talk about last season and what was the biggest weakness for this Knicks team was the point guard position. They really didn't have any stability there. Jeremy Lin came along, but wasn't really a guy that runs an offense. Really was kind of about, you know, him being the scorer. Bringing Felton in with the scores that they have, the finishes that they have, how important is his role in this offense when we talk about getting Amari and Carmelo to be able to score together?
Yeah, you're right. The experience factor that we alluded to with Kidd and Felton, a lot of experience. Felton always hell-bent trying to get into the paint, so is Jason Kidd. But more than that, I like their defensive presence. Defense starts with your guards. They have to apply the pressure. And as you alluded to, the Knicks did not have that last season. We're not a very tenacious team on the perimeter. So now these 2 veteran players are bringing that to their D.